brings a particular twist. College night. See a lot of logos out there, a lot of school pride. I'm very happy to see some BU out there, class of 03. It's great to see. And what is it about schools? What is it about jerseys that we put on? We feel something, it draws us, it makes our heart beat a little faster. Why? Because it says something to us about who we are, whether true or not. It's part of the identity we assume, certainly what we learn there, the community we become a part of, and what we believe it shapes us to as we step out into the future. It all goes back to that experience, those 4 years, perhaps that time in grad school, in a larger community than ourselves. Well, it also speaks to something very basic about our human nature. The fact that we know instinctually that we're not meant to live alone. We're not meant to be lone rangers. We're meant to be part of something far larger than ourselves. God constantly calls us into a relationship. And so throughout life, our different affiliations with groups, with schools, with institutions, speak to that truth. But tonight, as we gather here and as we celebrate, and as we look at many different places, some which the hockey arena would be rivals, the basketball court would be rivals, but we all draw together. Why? Because we come to the core. And the greatest relationship, the greatest bond of community we have is what we celebrate, that full communion with God, who has called us out of our broken human nature, out of our waywardness, and who shows us how to live. And in this living, we discover a share of God's love. We discover the dignity we've been created with. We discover the gifts He calls us to cultivate. And so in a certain way, when we live in college, it's a small reflection of what God wants us to live eternally. This chapel of Christ, the teacher, speaks that great truth, that Jesus comes not to condemn us, not to chastise us, but to show us the way, to give us the truth, that depth of knowledge that inspires us to move from wherever we happen to be in the present moment and to head to a deeper share of glory and a deeper understanding of who we are and why we exist. St. Augustine, in whose honor the congregation that has the pastoral care of this place of learning was founded, knew this very well. Because he too, he sought wisdom, he sought learning, and he found it in many ways. He was continually a man after the truth. And he found it one day, probably in the least expected moment, as he was sitting in his backyard, he hears a voice telling him two things: take and read. Learn, fill yourself with that greater truth, which will never be quenched and which will never be satisfied. We follow in his footsteps. But of course, the truth isn't Augustine. The truth is not a particular disciple. The truth is the one who called him and who calls each one of us. And you see, as we gather in the Easter season, that's what we celebrate. We celebrate that God doesn't leave us in our brokenness. He doesn't leave us in our sinfulness, in our blindness. He calls us out of this. And he calls us into his marvelous light. In today's readings, we hear that encounter. We see St. Paul becoming St. Paul because we see him go through that transformation where his spiritual blindness is made physically manifest. Where the one who thought he knew the law, he knew God, he knew the perfect and chosen community, is shown that he doesn't know that. And so, of course, the first thing he has to do is to wrestle against himself. To wrestle with God who is waking him up and bringing him to a fuller life. And the Christian community that welcomes him has to wrestle as well with the reality that this great persecutor can become a great and holy saint. But that is who we are meant to be. Because as we sit here this evening, my brothers and sisters, we know that God is calling us to be saints because that is what the church teaches shake us. And we can begin to wonder, is it true that God is calling me? Does he not know my sins? Does he not know my past? Does he not know my temptations? Of course he does. But he also knows that that is not who you are. Because the greatest thing we can learn about ourselves, after we have that first taste of God's love, the greatest thing we learn about ourselves is that we are his beloved sons. We are his beloved daughters. And just as the Gospels tell us of Jesus at his baptism, that the Father rejoiced over him, that his heart was well pleased with the Son, the same is true of us. So that when we look at ourselves, our primary point of definition is not what is missing. It's not where we fall. It's the truth of who God made us and who he calls us to be. And if that is where we define ourselves, that is where we gain the strength to run the race that God has set before us. And it doesn't mean that we won't stumble and fall from time to time. It doesn't mean we won't have to learn time and again how to conquer a particular temptation, a particular difficulty. But it does mean that we face all those challenges with a certainty that we have been loved into existence and that we've been given the grace and the strength to run this race until we enter into that glory we're created for. As humans, we like it. We like it when our team wins. We like it when our school is ahead. We like to represent all those creations. But as Christians, we cannot be satisfied with that simple attachment. We cannot be satisfied until we shine, not with a logo, not with a school, but with the light that God comes to share with us. Because you see, when we allow that light to shine in us and through us, it is no longer we who live. It is God who lives in us and who through us reaches out to others. As we continue this celebration and as we continue our journey through this Easter season, let us be bold in our prayer that we may ever seek the truth. And that, like St. Paul, we may have the blindness fall from our eyes, so we may see ourselves as God does, and recognizing how much we depend on him for everything we have and are. Like St. Paul, we may commit ourselves to go forward and to share his truth. Whatever path God has put before us, whatever place he sends us to, let us accept it willingly. Let us accept it joyfully. And as we strengthen our call to discipleship, let us share it with others and call them into that deep and abiding relationship that we have begun to taste and that God